Hey, so we're putting together a video for you, and it is just the folks here, because I don't know anybody else, and I barely know the folks here, but we just wanted to tell you happy birthday and give you some memories of why we love you, or how we know you, or why we've almost...
One of the cat's poop is disgusting!
So, there's that. Anyway, so... I'm not redoing this one again. Anyway, so we're going to see some of the stories of why we all love you. And then you're also going to cry because we're so sentimental. Oh, God. I have humans and cats. Anyways, so to end the first part of this video, Nate, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And I cannot wait to grow old with you.
What could I say? An amazing guy, big heart, always there for me. I mean, he's like a brother to me. I don't know why I would be if I never met this person. What's that? This video's not about John? Oh, Nate. Nate's a great guy. Love him. Great head of hair. Happy birthday, Nate.
What up, yo? I hear it might be your 40th birthday. Yep, the big 4-0. And I was asked to give some special memories, and to pick just one, never gonna happen. So, just so everyone knows, I was his first friend in Lakeland, so half the things that happened, probably half my fault. But the things that come to mind for me are talking salads. He knows what that means. Polaroid pictures where you could see his whole throat, and all of you probably have a copy of these. Bert's Market. That was one of our favorite locations. We had Skittles and mushrooms, and that's an inside joke he will only understand. But my favorite thing, probably by far, is his favorite dance move. And he'll probably deny this, but this is it. This is West Virginia dance right here. So, happy birthday, Tom. I hope you have a great one.
See, what had happened was I started thinking about stuff, and there's a lot of stuff I didn't include. So I'm going to be like Nate Dogg and leave one of those voicemails. It's like 5 hours long. I got another one. I also want to include that we have watched Half-Baked the movie a good 200 times, and we have some really favorite parts in there, like abracadabra, yo. And we need a whole lot of water. Bring that to the party. And some Funyuns.
Well, happy 40th birthday, Samuel. Finally caught up to me. I've been waiting for 8 years for your ass. God. Oh, man. I just want to tell you that you're a great guy, and I love you to death. And I hope you have a great birthday party tonight. And thank you for being a great friend and totally uprooting your whole life 14 years ago to help me out. To basically just, you know what you did for me, man. And I love you for it. And you introduced me to my wife, and I love you for that too, man. I'm gonna tell a funny story because I know other people are going to see this. I don't remember the origin of why we call each other Samuel or Mr. Man, but anyway, I'm going to tell the wig story so everybody knows the story behind the wig. October 2004, I go to New York with Nate. Anyway, I'm going to tell the wig story so everybody knows the story behind the wig. October 2004, I go to New York with Nate to visit Smokey. Yeah, it's my first time meeting Smokey. Cool guy, like him, love him to death. And his mom happened to be there, and his aunt visiting too. Well, his mom wears a long blonde curly wig. And we were in her room, and Nate was playing with it, had it on his head. We took a picture of it and stuff. And so we go to a nightclub that night, and it's me and Nate and Smokey and 3 girls. And I bought a round of drinks for all of us, and it was $386. And I told Nate, if I got another bill like this, you're wearing a wig tonight. And that's where the wig story came from. So, anyway, I love you, Mr. Man, and I hope you have a great 40th party tonight, and I will see you then.
It's your birthday, and you know we don't give a fuck 'cause it's your birthday.
Nate Dogg, happy birthday, buddy. Definitely my most favorite time with you was when we went over to the Quality Inn over there by Shepherd's in Clearwater. And needless to say, we got so messed up that we did not leave the hotel room. But it was a blast, and happy to have known you all these years, man. So happy 40th to you.
So, you want to turn 40 years old. Good for you. All serious though. Happy birthday. I know I can't share this moment with you, but I know that this is a big moment in your life, a big milestone, and I'm very glad that we've gotten to become friends, get close, you know, have all these good times together, and I just hope you have a very good birthday. Peace.
Hey, I'm glad you're 40. Happy with your friends. I don't know. Peace. Alright. Wait, did you already start? Oh, yeah. Hello, Nate. Happy birthday and hope that you have a good 40th birthday. Bye. Peace.
Lordy, Lordy, guess who's 40? It's my boy Nate Dogg. Row, 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 row. Hey man, I was just talking to my friends over there at Bud Light the other day, and they wanted to personally give their congratulations on your birthday and thank you for keeping their saying alive for the last 20 years. They said, "What's up?" They said they couldn't have done it without you, man. They couldn't have done it without you. Well, I'm here today not only to say happy birthday, but I've been asked to share a couple stories with you. There's some things I can't share. There's some things I can't share because I don't really remember a lot of them. But I could talk about the handicap sign that turned as a lamp. I could talk about us being at the club and being the only white people when Uncle Luke and Warren Sapp were on the stage. I could talk about karaokeing in front of 200 people in Ybor City. But what I remember most and what I want to bring out tonight is a story about us over at Shepherd's, over there on the West Coast at the beach. We had quite a weekend over there, and we capped it off by going to the club, and somebody decided on going to an after hours club. We ended up taking a road trip, and it involved a convertible and buying kites to fly out of the convertible. Anyways, we ended up making it somehow safely back to the resort, and we ended up finding a 4x8 piece of plywood that had a menu from a tiki bar that made it back to our hotel room somehow. I'm not going to say who was involved, but it was probably this guy. After that, we ended up finding a raft from the rental place, and we ended up putting it in the ocean, and we floated around for a little while, sometime right around dawn. And if you know anything about Shepherd's, we were out, and there's a jetty probably about 200 yards off of the beach, and we floated out, and the tide was going out, unfortunately for us. And sometime around daybreak, the boats, luckily for us, were coming in, and there was a guy I remember with his dog, and he said, "Hey, you need to tow back in?" He said, "If not, you'll be in Mexico by nighttime." And we were absolutely happy he came by. He towed us back in, and we made it to shore okay. Thank God we are alive still to this day. I can't wait to do this another 40 years from now when we're both in our 80s. Happy birthday, brother. Have a wonderful 40th year, and I appreciate our times together. I can't wait to see what happens in the future, man. Love you, bro.
Let's see, where do I begin? I met Nate the end of 1998, maybe the beginning of 1999. I was working at the hospital. I actually had just started at the hospital, maybe been there 6 months, something like that. Met him there, and then he started working out at Gold's Gym. We met each other there, and then just from the very beginning of meeting him, he just always had this positive aura, energy around him. I mean, he was just always very good to talk to. The more we saw each other at the gym, the more we got to know each other. There would be, long periods of times where we wouldn't see each other. I'd see him out, and we always took the time to speak to each other, and just I always knew that like this guy was a great guy, cool guy, someone that I enjoyed being around. So over the years, goodness, I mean that's we're looking at 20 years now. We just kind of gravitated towards each other. I wanted, I love being around him. I wanted to introduce him to my friends that, my core group of friends, and now he's just part of the club, part of the team, the brother. He's my brother. The one thing you can always count on Nate to do is leave something at your house. It's always funny that no matter what, even when we think we have gathered all his stuff, he always seems to leave something. We find this funny, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't mind it at all, because then I know I'm always going to see him, because he's got to come back and get his stuff. So that is not a problem at all. But wow, here we go. We're looking at about 20 years of knowing each other, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else but to celebrate his 40th birthday. So happy birthday, brother, and I'm glad we're going to be together to share that.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Smokey, one of Nate's, I think, longest friends here in town, but I'm not sure. It's been about 20 years. We met through two mutual friends, Summer and Dana. Dana, I think you're here tonight. I can't wait to see you. But Nate and I met originally through Summer, who introduced us to Dana, and we had way too much fun. We were so irresponsible that I can't tell any of those stories. I think I would break bro code somewhere. So I'm not even gonna tell you the ordinance number because I can't remember which one, but those funny stories are gonna stay deep down. But what I will say is some of my fondest memories of that time is going to Clearwater Beach with Nate, my frisbee ninja. We would ride out in my 300Z, tops down. We'd always light one up on the causeway, listening to like some fucking techno, or I don't even remember which songs now because it's been a long time. But the funniest part of our beach day is we would just literally in Clearwater Beach throw frisbee back and forth and into crowds of girls trying to do stupid tricks. It was, oh my God. We would then go to the car like halfway through the day, smoke another one, and then the routine was we would go and grab these were non-alcoholic, but it was like a daiquiri and a pina colada at one of the places in Clearwater. And it was always half and half, and like clockwork, it never failed. We were super quiet because all we were doing was sucking these daiquiris down, and halfway walking back to the beach, to the ocean, we would stop and look at each other and just mumble, this is good. And it was like every fucking time. And then we'd come back, smoke again on the way home, riding out in the slow lane, because that's how we rolled, everybody fucking passing us. That was when we had jobs that we could do that during the week, man. It was a lot of fun. And unfortunately, after about 5 years of meeting Nate, I moved away to first to Daytona and then to New York. Since then, I've been in, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different cities around the country. I think the only place that Nate hasn't visited me in is California. That's a long fucking trip, I get it. But 15 years of like a long distance best friendship, and it doesn't matter how long we go without talking. When we do talk, it's just like the first month that we met. I love you, dog. I can't believe that you're 40. You're getting old. You're limping. I don't know what else, but it ain't good, man. You are limping like I feel. Anyway, that didn't make any sense, but I'm not cutting this video again because I've already tried too many. Yeah, like I said, no funny stories. Maybe we'll get some of those out of me tonight. But Nate, I'm so happy to be here finally with you. You've been a rock star for my birthdays, and I've been a shitty friend on your birthdays. So I'm really glad to be able to spend this one with you. We're gonna have a blast, and yeah, happy birthday, bro. Love you.
Happy birthday, Nate. 40 years old. Congratulations. You made it this far. I'm surprised. Your liver's probably 80 years old. But hey, you're still here, so that's a good thing. I wanted to give you a nice little story about how, or give everybody a story of how you and I met. We met at a Halloween party. It was a costume party. I can't remember how many years ago. But I remember you walked in and you lit up the room. You came in a super gay hairdresser with a couple of pretty girls by your side that night, I think. You brought the party with you, of course. I think they did some chicken in the pool at some point. They played a game of chicken. Pretty interesting. But back to that. Back to you, should I say. So ended up, this gay hairdresser comes over, is talking to me, and ends up being a really, really cool guy. And I was like, man, I like this guy. And ended up leaving that party that night, never getting, I don't think I got your phone number. Just had a lot of cool conversation with you. And I was like, man, I really like that guy. I actually told my business partner, Richard, that night. I was like, man, that guy was pretty cool. And that was it, right? So me and Steve Long, been friends for many years too. And he says, hey man, I got this guy, this friend of mine and he's always talking about him. Hey man, you got to meet this guy, Nate. Really cool guy. Always telling me how cool he was. Oh, I'm going to go over there. Never ended up getting together for a while. And then one night he's like, hey man, let's go out to this bar here and play some cornhole. And you can meet my buddy, Nate. And I was like, all right, cool. So the guy at the party that I met, Nate, didn't know that he was Nate, the guy that I was going to be meeting that night. So I pull up in the parking lot of that place. I'm like, man, where do I know that guy from? And I was like, man, I don't know that guy. And I was there. I didn't know this was the guy I was meeting that was Nate. Didn't remember his name. So I'm there. I'm like, man, that guy, I remember that guy. He was that guy at that party, that Halloween party that was super cool. Really enjoyed him, man. A really cool guy. And I go, oh, wait a second. You know what? My buddy Steve got good taste in people because he's my friend, of course. So I already know he has great taste in friends. And I was like, man, maybe that's the guy he's talking about. And lo and behold, that is my Nate dog. Whoop, whoop. So, but yeah, that's how we originally met. Gay hairdresser. Go figure, we're at a costume party now. And I don't know if your character's gay, but you pull it off really, really well. So, not that is a bad thing.
Oh, this little hoodie. It's nice. Well, whatever it was, it's mine now. It's a good team, too. Some of us have pretty good taste. It's all mine now.
Okay, so I gotta try this again because it's taken me 17 million times to do this. I hope that you enjoyed all of those stories and memories and whatnot. I just wanted to conclude all of them with happy birthday, and I hope that this is one of the best birthdays you've ever had, and so many more to come. And I don't have a story or a memory. I know the very first time I met you, I was left in your apartment. You had no clue who I was. And I was talking to your dogs alone because I might have ate a cookie that I should not have eaten 2.5 of. And then we became best friends. So yeah, you gave me lots of wonderful memories, including time with my kids. You're the one that made even that happen for me, because you showed me that just because I don't have family here doesn't mean they shouldn't spend holidays and fun moments and this, that, and the other with me. So I appreciate you for that. That means a lot. And you, along with several people here, not too many, but several people here have seen me at my greatest. Not now. This isn't my greatest. I'm still trying to get ready for this thing tonight. But you see me at my greatest. But a lot of you, including you, Nate, have seen me at my extreme lowest. And yet here you are, still wanting to be my friend and make bad choices and regrettable moments that we usually don't remember. But anyways, like you've made me feel like a better person, despite all the craziness in my life sometimes. And you're still here. I'm a flake. I will back out of something in a second. So you've made me feel like I have a really good true friend. So that's what you mean to me, is a really good true friend. And my kids love you. I think you're awesome. I think it's even more awesome that you have so many people who send videos that are such funny and really great memories. I don't think people have that anymore, like real true friends. And you had a lot more than just like one or two. So I think that speaks volumes of who you are and how you treat people and the memories you leave behind with them. So congratulations on not sucking at the first 40 years of your life. And here's to not, because I'm poor, my natty leg. Here's to not sucking for the next 40 years, my friend. I love you with all my heart. I really do. And I wish you the very best. And chug-a-lug, motherfuckers. And enjoy your birthday and the next year to come and many, many, many more.